Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Serious Curious Adventures in Ozone 2 Titan mode. So, quick update before we start with our new project today. There are these security upgrades from Metallurgic, and they kind of count or work similar to the vent we have. If these machines are about to explode or like go into the red area, they will automatically release pressure, so they will never blow up. So I put them into some of these machines here, just so, just in case nothing will blow up. And then I also placed the conduits here on the side, so we can just dump in some coal. So if I get some here real quick, I can just dump in a bunch. I will not have to worry about refilling this myself, ever. So I could just leave this in here. It's set to round robin so that everyone gets the same amount. And right now they're all off because we have that much pressure, and there's nothing here where it can leak or consumes pressure the whole time because I have this turned off. Otherwise these heaters would consume the pressure the entire time, heating up these things, but we don't need that. So it's turned off, it's all working great, nothing will explode. Awesome. But we are not going to do pneumatic craft today. We are going to look into our power situation and get started with applied Energistics. Hopefully we can set up the entire system today. It's going to be mostly a makeshift system, but that's good enough for today. So I made a MFR harvester off camera. The harvester is really the same recipe, pretty much. So, wait, is it? Oh, no, it's not. I lied. It takes some other things. You need to make these logics and stuff, but it's not bad. We had everything already there. So I just made this. I wanted to see how well this would work here, trying out some things. And basically it's just farming this area here, this 3x3 right in front of it, because it doesn't have any upgrades. I could put in some upgrades to increase the range, and I might actually do that in the future. But for what I want to do right now, this is totally fine. So I want to test, can I place a... Yes, I can place one of these storage doors right next to it, so it will input everything in there. And I should have a key on me, so we can lock this, make sure that nothing else can get in there. Always wheat, even if it's empty. And we are going to use the biogenerators. And I made 4 in total now. I showed off last time how they work. And we need the crusher. There it is. Okay, so, and I laid this out here before to see if this all works. I'm going to place the crusher here. And I'm not sure if I need light over here. I don't think I do, but just in case. And all we're going to do is route a cable. I guess we have to go one lower here. Do I not have any more slabs? I guess I don't. I'll make this pretty eventually. I'll probably move this somewhere else as well, but let's just move this all over here. And that's fine. Okay. So it just needs to input the wheat from here into our crusher to make the biofuel. And it is set to red is on the right side, so that's input. And the output right now is set to the back. And there it goes, crushing our stuff. Now, here's the issue with this guy, right? Right now it had power inside, so it's draining it all. By default, though, this needs 7,500 RF per tick to produce 4 of these biofuels. Each of these biogenerators produces 3,500, so we would actually need 3 of these just to power this machine. But luckily, Mechanism has upgrades. So I made energy upgrades, which just reduces the energy consumption. So we can just put this in here. And it takes a little while. I like how they do this now. It used to be different the way you upgrade them. This way it's pretty cool. And you can take them out as well again. But each of these upgrade lowers these requirements by quite a bit. And eventually we go down to 750 RF. That is quite less. That's 10 times less than what it was before. So that's pretty awesome. And then we just place our bioreactors here. Or generators. There we go. This is the power output. That's why I placed it this way. And all we really have to do is connect some power to this. They still have stuff internally because, like I said, I was testing this. And that's why it's getting powered now. And we also need, of course, the cable so we can transfer the biofuel from over here. And actually, yeah, we do round robin, always extract, and then we just say insert, 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 and insert. And the reason why I do round robin is so that we can make sure that each of them will always be running. And I had this running for a while. It seems like one of these crushers without any upgrades seems to be enough to power 4 of these guys every single, the entire time. So that should be fine. Eventually I want to upgrade this to more biogenerators and more crushers, but for now that's good. And we're also going to connect this. Oh wait, no, not this way. Do I have my wrench? We want to go... I guess I go to the side for now. Oh, let's go on top. Looks less ugly. So that's cool. So that's working. It's mining our... or harvesting our 10-10-10 crops. So we get a ton of wheat. More than we use up. And yeah, you can see the green flickery stuff. So they're all full, even if it's just a little bit. But usually before they run out of power, they get more again. See, just got... No, this one is still... Keep an eye on it. And then I also had a vibrant capacitor bank. This is the... I think that's the highest tier, right? Yeah, I think it's the highest tier you can make. It's a little bit annoying to make because you need like 2 of these to make one of the next one, and then 2 of the next one to make one of the vibrant ones. But it's not terrible, and we have all the stuff to make it, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, just place it here. I would like to see how much we get. I know it's like, what's that? Must be 14,000, right? Because each is 3,500. Yeah. So that's 14,000 RF per tick. So that is pretty awesome. And we only use 750 for this guy, and I don't remember how much this guy used. I think it's like 250 or something. It's not a ton. By the way, I keep seeing people saying in their videos and stuff that you have to empty the sludge to make this work. I don't think that's true. I mean, it's still working. I don't know if this like consumes more power or something if it has sludge inside. I'm not 100% sure, but it definitely still works. What we can do with the sludge though is, if you look up the... Oh, we can't do that. We need the sludge boiler. Can I look this up? There you go. And it gets like, if you put this in the sludge boiler, you get all kinds of goodies, which is actually pretty cool. The netherrack is kind of nice because we can crush it down for like gold and such. Oh, speaking of gold, let me guys show you something. I always say let me show you something. I don't know why I always say that. I smelted down pretty much all the gold we had over there, so yeah, we should be good on gold. This thing is full too. It's only 2048. That's fine. Alright, so that's done. Let's put on our helmet again. Now, let's get started on applied Energistics. Now that we have power, infinite, huge amounts of power. Oh, let's have biofuel here. Osmium compressor. Forgot if I need this yet. We'll hold on to it. I don't think I need an energy bank, but I'll take it anyway. And I wanted to get... Let's see, I have 1 metallurgic infuser. I think I have them over here. I made a couple more, I'm pretty sure. We have 1 over here. Hopefully running around with this sword doesn't make you guys too sick. I guess I shouldn't use it too much. Let's see. We have 2 more here. And that's it, I think. Yeah, okay. So I'll make 1 more. I think we need 4 in total. For like every possible thing we can infuse, I guess. So let me make this real quick. Alright, I made some of these machines here. We have the metallurgic infusers, we have the enrichment chamber, and I'm gonna set these up here as well. You know what? Let's actually move this just next to here, and let's double check these guys. Yeah, still going. I guess it's a little bit slower, maybe. No, you see, as soon as it was empty, it got something. It should be fine. But if we want, we could upgrade stuff later as well. But for now, that should be okay. But let us just run down some more lines here. So we need, oops. I mean, what do we need? So that's 1 enrichment chamber, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get our infusers and everything down here. And I guess I'll put the enrichment chamber here. And we don't really need to connect cables or anything. Oh, not cables, but no item conduits to them. We just do this manually. So do any of these have anything in them? No, okay. So there's quite a few recipes for this actually, 15 pages, but we only need a couple of them. So one of them is all the redstone stuff. And just for the video's sake, let me turn this down a little bit so it's not terribly annoying. So we need these compressed redstone things, and we have one here for redstone. We could put signs in front of it eventually, I guess. How much power do you use? 7.5k as well, but we're making more, so that's all good. Yeah, so we need some of these guys. And then we need to also... did I put it all away? I thought I just brought... Oh, I didn't bring diamonds. We have to make the coal dust as well. I think you do this in here as well. Let me try this. Or is this... No, that should work too. That makes the coal one. And then we need one for diamonds and one for obsidian. Okay, here's the compressed carbon. Let's just take this out. Let's make some of the diamond one to get the compressed diamond stuff. Put the carbon in here. I'd just like to have one of these machines handling one specific fuel, so I don't have to like switch it around and stuff, because sometimes you end up with, you know, like remaining stuff in here and then you need to replace it with something else, and it's annoying. So just having a bunch of metallurgic infusers is perfect. And let's see, I think there was... No, actually that's all. Let's see, there's one... Oh yeah, we do need the refined obsidian, that's what it is. Okay, so let's go over to the diamond one, put this in here. To make refined obsidian, we need diamond dust in here and put in pulverized obsidian, so we can make that. I'll just let this go for a little bit. And basically what we can do now is make all of these different like alloys here that Mechanism has to offer. Let me just take the refined dust, and I think we can grind this down too. Yeah, enrich it, I mean. Put this back in here. And eventually we can give them all speed upgrades and stuff. They do take quite a bit of power, but again, we're making enough, so I'm not concerned. And I'll make these energy upgrades for all of them eventually. They're super cheap to make, just takes a little while. And we put the obsidian one in here. There we go. So we have everything: obsidian, diamond, coal, and redstone to make all the things we want. Cool. Alright, trying out some of these upgrades here. I made 8 for the first infuser here. It goes down to 450, so it's always divided by 10, the max stuff. So that's awesome. So instead of 4,500, it only uses 450. And I guess what we could try is add a speed upgrade. The speed upgrades increase the power consumption again. So that goes up to 800, but it does speed it up, of course. So eventually when we have all the proper power requirements, we can reduce this by quite a bit, but I'll just keep making these over time. I don't really need to make them all right now. Alright, let's get started with applied energistics. So I guess one of the first things we kind of need is the inscriber. So as we can see, we do need a few mechanism things, and we do need these fluix crystals, which says if we drop a charged status quartz, a nether quartz, and a redstone dust in a puddle of water, we will get these flux crystals. So that's pretty easy to do. And then we also need, looking at this, these atomic alloys. So this is one reinforced one with the refined stuff. So luckily we set up all of this now, so we can do this easily. So the first one was, I need to get rid of this for a second. Make some of these, right, to get the reinforced alloys. And then we take the reinforced alloys and pump it into this guy over here with all the obsidian, and that will make us the next version. And I'm making more obsidian over here. Alright, while that is cooking, let's go ahead and make the other thing. Ooh, blood boon. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Ugh. So we just dump in stuff here, so I need to take off my magnet for a second. So it is a charged status quartz, redstone, and nether quartz. And then magic happens, and we get all these cool crystals out of it. They just plop out of it, which is awesome. So let's make another set. There and there. I was standing too close. I missed. Oh no, it's still working. God damn it. I messed it up. It's so nice to watch it though, isn't it? I think it is. Bloop, 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 bloop. Awesome. So that is good. So we have a bunch of these now. That will do for a while. We also need to now take the skystone, which we just make from the skystone dust we had, smelt it down, quickly run over here, and that will give us the other thing here we need, the skystone block. And now we need the steel casing, which I should have a few of as well. Okay, apparently mobs can spawn there. Good to know. Get out of here, people. Jeez, look at all this loot now. I don't want it. It's so much because of this looting stuff. I guess I'll put a torch here for now. Just to make sure nothing else will spawn here. Okay, so I do have the atomic alloys. I just made quickly a crafting bench here so I can craft some stuff while I'm here. Let me just wait for this poison to go away, actually. Alright, so we can make this thing now. Oh no, we need sticky pistons. Oh no. Alright, here's the inscriber, so make some of these guys. Actually just one, but we can get more later. And I think you can just power this, I think it does need power. I forgot if you can just use this one or if you need specific AE power. But the next step is to make these circuits here. And for these circuits we need presses. Normally the way you find them is you go out in the world and you find these meteorites and they have a chest inside which contains these presses. But we don't have this stuff here. So there's a way to craft them. So if you look at this, there are, if I do this, there are 4 ones we need. We need the inscriber calculation, engineering, logic, and silicon. And each of these need a piece of iron and then some other blocks. So I have this all here. So we can basically put this in there and then here. And it should, yeah, it's making stuff. Takes a little while. We can upgrade these later. And actually, do we have AE2 stuff? We do. So we can get the advanced inscriber. Okay, we should aim to make this soon because that one will help a lot. But make the other one real quick. All right, so there's all 4 we need. And the next thing now is to actually make some of these. So why do we need them? One of the pieces we need to actually start our AE system is probably the ME drive. We also need either the ME controller or we could make the, the power acceptor, energy acceptor, which is a cheaper version, which I might go for. Let's see, how much is the controller? Because we don't really need one right now. I guess I could make it. It's not terrible. We'll see. But let's look at the drive again. So we need some engineering processes and some cable here. Cable are pretty easy to make. Quartz glass and then combine it with some fluid stuff. But we need these engineering processes. Unfortunately, they all need pulsating chipsets and my assembly table is not the fastest, so we need to upgrade that eventually. But we also need to make some of these silicone prints, and we need quite a few of these actually. So we get started with this. The problem with these inscribers here is that oh, why does that not work? It's not working, but I also just saw you can convert it into the raw stuff, into raw silicone from Galacticraft, and that one apparently gives it 2, and that one works. Okay, so there's 2 recipes, but the one with just silicone doesn't seem to work, which is good because we're actually getting more of this. But yeah, you can only do 1 at a time, unfortunately, so we definitely want to upgrade this machine later so we can do this a little bit faster and also automate it. Okay, there's our drive. Cool. Next thing we need is actually put disks in there where we can store stuff on. So we can make different drives here. They have a different size, so you can see 1K, 4K, 16K, 64K, and so on. The first one needs like one of these MK storage thingies or ME storage thingies. And then if you want to go further up, you actually need to make the higher version, which requires 3 of the previous one, plus like a calculation processor and so on. They keep like kind of stacking up. I think for now I'm just gonna go with the 4K one to get started. The cool thing is eventually you can actually take out you can take these out of there eventually, and let's see, that works in this too, right? Yeah, you can take them out and put them into empty ones, so we can just upgrade our storage thingies eventually. And we will also need some cables, which I made. We have 64 over here, or 62 now. I had some extras here. There we go. And we will need a crafting terminal. We could make the ME terminal, which is just like it shows you all the items. But the crafting one is like, you know, doesn't really require much more. So might as well go with that. So let me go make this all. So I was looking at the ME controller again, because I think I'll just go for it. We are missing these guys though, the pure flux crystals. So these we have to make using the flux seed, which we make with flux, dust, and sand. And we dump it in a puddle of water. But we also need, if you look at all these things here, we need the calculation processors, right? And again, this recipe doesn't seem to work, the first one. I tried this out. Certus quartz block. It has the ID 169 with a calculation press, right? In a inscriber calculation press. Certus blocks, quartz block 169. Doesn't go in there. Even if I use like just one, it doesn't let me. So I think we have to go with the other recipe that's here. And that's the pure Certus quartz crystal. And that is the same as the other flux crystal, except we use Certus quartz seed. So we make this with some sand and some Certus quartz. We get 2 each. Now these are pretty interesting items. You can see they have a percentage on them. So normally you dump them into water, into a pool of water, and they will take quite a while to evolve. I believe the default one might be 10 minutes or maybe longer. But the problem is that I don't want to wait so long. So you can make the crystal accelerators, these guys, crystal growth accelerators, and they speed this up by quite a bit. But because we have AE2 stuff in here, we can make the chamber, the crystal growth chamber, which needs 6 of them and some other things. So, bam. Now I want to see if this consumes power while it's not doing anything. I don't think it does. The crystal growth accelerators, they always consume power, which is a little bit of a problem. But we can just dump these in here. And let's see, is this gonna drain our battery or something? No, seems all good. Cool. And oh, wait a second, this doesn't work. It needs AE power. It doesn't need just normal regular power. Okay, so let me make the acceptor just easy. So this one is a bridge between RF power and AE power. AE has its own like internal power system. Okay, still no power consuming. So if we dump these in now, yeah, look at that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is so much faster. And again, no power consumption. We produce more than we're using up. Okay, these guys are done and they work awesome. Can we turn these into blocks? Certus quartz. Oh, look at that. They are. Oh, I think that's why it's showing this, because you can make a Certus block quartz out of them. But that's not the same block. Okay, it just returns 4 normal ones. Interesting. Alright, advanced inscriber. Now why is this thing awesome? Because we can do stuff like this, this, and this. Put them all in there and it just goes. So you don't have to do them one at a time. Pretty amazing. Alright, I should have everything now to make a 4K drive, I believe. I need one more of these guys. There we go. Now we have 3 of them. Which means we can upgrade them to the 4K one. And then make a 4K cell. Awesome. So we have this. We have a drive. We have a controller. And we have a crafting terminal. Now we also need the cables. We could use these. They are totally fine for what we need them for. Wait, how does it work? But I want to make these covered cables because they're kind of cool. I like them a lot. And I'm going to color them lime green because I love that color. Cool. So we can actually get rid of these for now. And we'll place them at a better spot later. Again, this is all temporarily here. We don't need a power acceptor. Because we can just directly hook up our controller now. One of the prettiest blocks in modded Minecraft. Ta-da! Oh, it's so nice. Then we can place our drive next to it. Put a drive inside. Boop. There we go. Not a lot of storage yet. But we'll work on that. And then we take one of our nice looking cable, green, and we plop down a terminal. Ta-da! The terminal changes the color depending on the cable behind it. That's why I like the green one, or the lime green. And there it is. If you have never ever used Applied Energistics, basically you store all your items digitally on these drives. You can see you can save up to 63 different types, and then in this case 4K of them. These drives go up quite high. 64K isn't even the highest. If we have, is it extra? What is it called again? Let's see. What are they called? Storage cell. There's bigger ones in a mod. I don't think... Oh, maybe we don't have them in here. Okay. Well, that's the highest then. 64K. Cool. Depending on what you need, sometimes it's better to use a smaller one. But basically, you just have your... kind of like your chest, and you just dump in whatever you want. It doesn't even matter. And it's all in here. You see the items. You can sort them by name, by number of items, or by the mod they are from, which is kind of cool. Oh, inventory tweaks too. I don't know what that does. Huh. Yeah, I actually have no idea. Or no sorting, I guess. I like to go by numbers, so we have the highest, the things we have most of at the top. You can change the sorting order. And then later on we can do crafting, but we don't have that yet. This is just the beginning. There's so much more with Applied Energistics we can do. Another cool feature is you can sync it with any eye. So if I type in here chest, for example, it will look up for chests in here, but at the same time it puts that down in any eye, so it shows me the chest. And because we have a crafting terminal, we do have a crafting slot. So what I could do now is, we have wood in here, I could look up chest, bam, and just craft it from my ME system and just dump it back into here. And now we have chests in there. Cool, we can change the style a little bit if it's too long for you or something. I think usually I have that off. I have it at standard, I like that the most. But yeah, and you can see now at the drive it says we have 11 different types of items, because we have 11 in here. And 369 bytes are stored. I don't know if that's the exact number or if certain items have more bytes. I don't remember, but we could just go ahead and pretty much dump like a lot of these things. Let me put up here what I don't want to dump in there, and this, and my toast, and I think the rest can go in here. Whoop. There we go. Let's place some money here, and yeah, so that's cool. So off camera I will probably make a lot more drives and maybe bigger ones, and set up a proper structure here. It doesn't show us right now how much power we consume. There is an item you can make. I think it's the network. It's this guy, right? Network tool. Which, actually, maybe we can do this real quick. I might have everything I need. I don't know if the wrench is enough for that. Where does it go on? There. We could try... So you could just dump it in there, right? Actually, let's use the wrench. I don't know if that's enough to see. No, it's not. Okay, put this back in. I'm pretty sure it's this device. And later on, we can also get like these wireless terminals and access our storage from anywhere in the base, which is pretty amazing. Okay, network tool. There we go. So now we can see how much power we are using. And we are only using 25, I guess, IF per tick. So, oh, energy usage, 0.02 IF. So yeah, it doesn't really need anything, it seems like. So that is pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with the setup and glad we got this done, kinda. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as well. Let me take off my helmet so I can talk to you guys. Look at this pretty block. So pretty. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. I have some plans for next time, but I'll see what I'm gonna do. Lots of cool, fun stuff. So thanks all for watching. See you guys then. Goodbye.